Let's learn about modals of necessity. Today we're looking at must, need to, and don't have to. And if you need a little bit more practice on these, I do have 2 lessons that work just with these modals, and it is linked in the description below. So check that out if you need it. Okay, before I get started on this video, I just want to suggest that you watch the video on mustn't and have to, our modals of prohibition, first. That will make everything in this video much easier to understand. Okay, so let's get started. What is the difference between must and don't have to? So we use must for something that you personally feel is necessary to do. For example, I must do some laundry. All my nice clothes are dirty. So this person feels that doing the laundry is necessary or important. We use don't have to for something that you don't feel is necessary. You don't feel it's important. All right, so it's the opposite. An example of this would be I don't have to cook tonight. I'm going out for dinner. So again, cooking tonight is not necessary because the person is going to eat somewhere else. So here's the big difference between mustn't and have to and must and don't have to, or our modals of prohibition and our modals of necessity. Mustn't and have to, again, are obligations. We use these for laws and rules. They are coming to us from the outside. Mustn't means do not do it. It is against the law. Have to means do it because it is the law. But must and don't have to are not obligations. They are just necessary or not necessary. And they're not coming from outside sources. They're coming from ourselves. They're coming from our inside feelings. So now let's look at the modals need to and don't need to. And need to is a little bit tricky, so let's start with that one. We use need to for something that is necessary or important. In this way, it is the same as must, except must is used for something that is necessary or important to ourselves, and need to is used for something that is necessary or important to ourselves or to someone else. All right, so let's look at this example. It says, I need to exercise. I am gaining weight. In this example, this is necessary to the person themselves. Nobody is telling them that they need to exercise, but this is necessary or important to them. I need to finish this report today for my boss. In this example, we see need to being used as something that is necessary from someone else. So the boss is saying that it is necessary for this report to be finished. Now, we use don't need to for something that isn't necessary. This is not important. And this modal is pretty easy to understand. So I could say, I don't need to exercise. I am healthy. Or I don't need to finish this report today. In both of these examples, what needs to be done is not necessary. Okay, so let's take a step back and look at what the difference is between have to, need to, and must. So have to is the strongest because it is an obligation from an outside source. Again, have to is used for laws and for rules. Need to is not an obligation, but it is necessary. It could be from an outside source, or it could just be from what you feel personally. And I wrote here the word consequence because with need to, if you don't do the thing that is necessary, there could be some sort of consequence, whether small or large. And finally, must is also necessary, like need to is, but this one is only from what you feel. It is not connected to an outside source. All right, so that was a lot of information. Let's go ahead and do some practice. I want you to read the sentence and then match it to the correct picture. On this page, we are just looking at need to and must. So again, these are necessary. Need to is necessary from the outside or personally how you feel. Must is necessary only because that is how you personally feel. So pause the video, write down your answers, and when you're ready to see the correct answers and talk a little bit about the context, hit play. All right, number 1 says, I need to cook this meat, and that is picture D. So because we're using need to, it could be an outside source. Somebody could be telling this person, you need to cook this. It could be a chef, it could be a mom, a dad, a spouse, whatever. On the other hand, this person could also live alone and they personally think that they need to cook this meat because if they don't, the consequence could be that it would spoil and they would have to throw it away. All right, number 2, I need to exercise more. That is picture B. And again, this could be coming from the outside. Maybe a doctor could be saying you need to exercise more. Or again, this could be from an inside feeling. This person just might feel like they need to exercise because they've been feeling a little unhealthy lately. All right, number 3, I must do laundry. That is picture A. Again, this is something that they feel is necessary, but nobody's telling them to do this. And number 4, I must call my dad, picture C. Again, that person personally feels that this is important or necessary to do, but nobody is telling them that they need to. All right, let's try a couple more with don't have to and don't need to. And remember, don't have to and don't need to mean the exact same thing. It is not necessary. It is not important. All right, so again, pause the video, write down your answers, and when you're ready to see the correct answers, hit play. All right, number 1 says I don't have to go to bed early. I don't work tomorrow. So that's going to be picture B. So again, it's not important or necessary to go to bed early. They gave the reason that they don't work tomorrow, but maybe another reason could be that they are on vacation or that they don't work in the morning, they work in the afternoon, and so they could sleep in. Either way, it's not important that they go to bed early. Number 2, I don't have to cook. I've got pizza. Picture D. So again, it's not necessary to cook something new. They have some food ready to eat. Number 3, I don't need to take medicine. My blood pressure is fine. Picture A. So again, it's not necessary that this person take medicine because they are healthy. And the last one, number 4, I don't need to clean. I live alone. That is picture C. So again, she feels like it's not necessary to clean because she does not share her space with other people. Okay, so how did you do? Do you have any questions? If so, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And I'd also really like to encourage you to think about these modals and how you can use them in your life today. Leave me some examples in the comments below. What don't you have to do or don't need to do because it's not important for you right now? What must you do because you feel it is necessary? What do you need to do because you or somebody else feels it is necessary? Share your ideas below. And thanks for watching.